Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. So I actually already have my foundation, concealer, and powder on because I started another video and then I didn't like the direction that I was going with the video, so I decided to swap and do something different. So I was actually talking about someone else, and then I kind of realized that I didn't have my thoughts fully together on the situation, and I think that I'm going to film the video eventually, but I think that now is not the right time. I kind of want to get my thoughts together a little bit more, but this topic that I want to talk about today, I feel like I have a lot more put together thoughts, and I've thought a lot about the situation, and I've watched a lot of videos on the situation, and I've kept closely with the situation. Therefore, being said, yeah, we're gonna talk today about Miss Laura Lee. So, by the way, I look so pale right now. Anyways, so for those of you who don't know who Laura Lee is, first of all, have you been living under a rock, honey? Because she is everywhere. Every time I bring up Laura Lee's name, I want to talk in a freaking country accent. It's just like I can't control it. She's a southern girl, just like myself. She lives over there in Alabama, only about... Her hometown where she lives is actually about probably like a 2.5 hour drive from my house. So it's pretty close to me. But anyways, so she is a YouTuber originally from Alabama, but now she lives in LA and she has her makeup brand Laura Lee Los Angeles. And yeah, so for those of you who don't know what happened, like I said, have you been living under a rock? First of all, if you don't know what happened, that's okay, I'll inform you. So basically, long story short, some tweets came up from Laura from, I think it was 2012, because it was like 6 years ago, I think she said. So some tweets came up, and okay, we're gonna talk about that after, never mind. Okay, so basically, some tweets came up, and it was her tweeting saying some racial things, and they were racial jokes, should I say. It wasn't her necessarily slandering a particular race. It was her making offensive jokes to a certain race. So of course, the world went up in shambles. Everyone lost their mind. In the process of this, people tried starting to expose other beauty YouTubers, like looking up, trying to see if they have any kinds of pasts, and they actually found a few people, which was just like some random tweets from like a few people. I don't know, it was weird. The world kind of blew up and went crazy. So I'm gonna keep doing my makeup while I talk about this, by the way, because sister has somewhere to go. Anyways, so basically, the whole world lost their freaking mind over these tweets, and Laura Lee didn't really address it at first. She didn't really address it, and I think there was an issue with that. I feel like as soon as these tweets came up, she should have addressed it, and I think that she would have had a way better time handling the situation if she would have just addressed it at first, because I don't think it would have gotten to the level that it got to if she would have just been like, hey, like, I fucked up, like, this was, you know, a long time ago, like, I understand that the jokes were offensive and at the time, and I will give her this, I'm not saying that anything she tweeted is right, but I will say that years ago in 2012, even though that was not that long ago, the world had a very different sense of humor, in the sense that I saw a lot more racial jokes and like just humor. And I'm not saying that it's right humor. You know what? I'm gonna stop apologizing for things that I say, because I know I'm gonna offend at least one person with this video, even though that's not my intent. But I know that it's gonna happen. So I'm just gonna talk and say whatever I think, and just know that if I say anything offensive, I'm sorry for it. Okay, so basically, I just feel like the world back then had a different sense of humor, and not saying that racial slurs are ever okay, but saying that I think that the reason that this never got attention until now is because the world is so sensitive now. I feel like and I'm not talking about this situation particularly, so don't get your panties all in a bunch. I think that just in general, I think that the world is super sensitive. Everyone is so sensitive. Nobody, again, not talking about Laura Lee, just in general, nobody can take a joke. And I just think that people are so ready to cancel other people and so ready to just ruin people's lives. And really, people enjoy to watch other people fail. Like, as as messed up as that is, it's just the honest truth. People love to watch people fail. And I think that's an issue, and I think that's also part of the problem with what happened with Laura Lee, because I feel like, one, of course, she should have addressed the situation better than she did, but I also think that if people weren't so ready to cancel people, I think that the situation would have been done and over with so long ago, and it wouldn't have been as big of a thing as it was, and I don't think that it would have gotten the type of attention that it did. With that being said, the way that Laura addressed the situation was basically, so she really didn't say much at first. She ended up deleting all of her social medias, which I think was a mistake. You never delete, because it never goes away. And when you delete something, I personally feel like it makes you look guilty. And I never think that deleting things is a good idea. But so she deletes all her whatever. She falls off the face of the earth for months. And then all of a sudden she comes out. Actually, I'm lying. I think the video came out like a week after this happened, the first video. So, yeah, so she goes MIA, and then a week later she drops this video. And if any of my facts are wrong, I'm so sorry. This is like what I remember happening. So if something a little different happened, don't come for me. I thought I was right. Anyways, okay, so she makes this video saying basically, I'm so sorry, and she's crying in the video, and like all this nonsense, like all this, like you can tell it's not true, like you can tell she's faking it, like we're over it, like girl, like get over yourself, like this whole mess of a video, this 12-minute or 10-minute long video, however long it was too long, it shouldn't have even happened. But anyways, she posts this video, and then that was pretty much it of her like fake crying, and the whole world is like, what the hell? Like, you just did all this, and now you're just gonna post this random video of you fake crying, talking about your family getting attacked, and like just all this. And even in the video, she didn't even address the fact that she tweeted those things. She said, oh, I retweeted them. And okay, so the reason that I think it was so shady for her to say retweet is because I know for a fact that the tweets that were said, I'm not gonna put them in this video. If you want to know what the tweets are, go Google it yourself, because I don't want to be involved with anything with that. But I know for a fact that Laura Lee did not make up those jokes that she tweeted. I know she didn't make up those jokes because I used to see them everywhere. The jokes that they used to be all over iFunny. iFunny is an app that I don't think iFunny exists anymore, to be honest with you, which is kind of sad because I used to go on the app all the time. They post memes. It was like the first place where they really had memes. Now that I think about it, emotional. Anyways, and they used to have jokes like really crude, like, and I've never been the kind of person who gets offended. Like, I'm white and Spanish, but if you make fun of white people or make fun of Spanish people, it really, like, I'm just not the kind of person who gets offended. I'm a very like sarcastic person, and I don't take things personally. So whatever. So whenever I would see jokes like that, I would just like brush past it. Like I just didn't even care. But I know for a fact that, look, I know that Laura did not make up those tweets. She's not, you know, she doesn't have the brains for all that. When she says retweets, she makes it seem like she went on Twitter and like just clicked retweet, but that's not what happened. She went and technically she retweeted it from somewhere else, but she typed it in herself. So she was really shady with her wording, which I don't appreciate that. And I feel like that is what made a lot of people, I had the hiccups, so angry about the situation. I went and did my eyebrows real quick. Okay, so we're moving on. So basically, yeah, so she was, what is this in my hair? So she was really shady with the way that she addressed the situation. So that was one of the things that I didn't like about the situation. I also don't like how after she did that, like she tried to act really humble about it, and she tried to like, I'm like getting palettes out of my drawer and like talking, so we're gonna be okay. So I feel like she just, I don't know, she didn't handle the situation properly, which really upset me because I don't know, I feel like I kind of depended, like I expected more of her. I really did. I expected more out of her, whether it was a genuine apology or not. I feel like I expected more of an apology out of her just because of the stature that she's at and the place in the makeup community that she's. I have to hold everything really up close, can't see anything. But I expected more out of her, and it really upset me when she didn't handle the situation properly, because I feel like it showed me a side of Laura that I kind of didn't want to believe existed. Like, it made me feel like she was really immature, and it made me feel like, because of the ungenuineness of the video, it made me feel like she was only in it for the money, and she was only in it for the fame, and that kind of upset me because I have been watching Laura Lee for probably about a good 2 to 3 years now. I know she's been around for longer than that, but I personally have been watching her for like 2 to 3 years. When I first found Laura, she didn't even have, or she might have had 1 million. She might have had almost 1 million or only 1 million, something like that. I don't remember. I think she had 1 million. But I feel like I've been watching her for a long time, and I feel like, you know, whenever you watch people on YouTube, you feel like you almost build relationships with them in a sense, and you kind of feel like, you know, they're your friends. And I honestly, like, I felt kind of betrayed for a second, because and it makes me feel stupid, because like I look at her channel now and I'm like, why was I so obsessed with her? Like, what was the issue? You know, there's a few people who I used to watch, who I don't watch anymore for those reasons. Like, I feel like all they're worried about is capitalizing on everything. And before this situation, I feel like I personally never like saw through Laura's bullshit. And I think it was because I was part of the circle. I was a Laura Lee. I feel like I was part of the circle, so it almost made me not see what was really happening. And I think this whole situation just kind of showed the world how ungenuine she is. And I'm kind of like getting ahead of myself. This is like all over the place. I want to get back to the story because I'm getting all over the place. So basically, Laura posts this video of her, whatever. So she goes MIA for another month, and then all of a sudden she comes back with a 5-minute long video of her saying, oh, I've had time to reflect on my actions and blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden she just starts posting again like nothing happened. And I feel like there was an issue with that, because she still, to this day, has never really addressed the situation. Like, she just won't address it, and I think that's not right. I feel like if you do something stupid, you fuck up, you apologize, and you move on. And I think that's the reason why she lost almost 1 million followers, because I feel like those 1 million people, for those of you who don't know, Laura used to have 5.2 million. Now she's back down to 4.3, or maybe she might have got up to 4.4, but I know it went all the way down to 4.3 at one point in time. So I feel like those 1 million people, or almost 1 million, whatever, who unsubscribed from her genuinely felt hurt by what she did, not because we're offended. And I know that there's a lot of people who are offended, so I'm not speaking on behalf of them. I'm speaking on behalf of the people who supported her and trusted her. I feel like people were definitely offended by it, but I feel like there's another group of people who felt almost betrayed because of the fact that, this is what I was trying to get at with everything else I just said. If she truly cared about the people who have been supporting her since day one, then she would have apologized officially in a mature, proper way, and she would have handled the situation like a grown-up, and she wouldn't have pussied out and disappeared for a month and went on her fucking whatever she went on, her little break or whatever she needed. She needed a break to get herself back together. Like, nothing happened. Like, and you know, that was the thing. When all this was happening, I was like I felt bad, like, at first, not because I felt like she was not in the wrong, because she's 100% in the wrong. What she did was wrong. She shouldn't have tweeted those things. And if you do get caught, you own up to it and you move on. I felt bad for her because of the fact that I feel like so many other things have happened with like racist things and just like scandals in general with like other people on the internet or just other celebrities, and I feel like people handled it really harshly with Laura. Like I feel like they kind of went crazy. Like, I don't know. People move on from things pretty easily is what I'm trying to say, I feel like. And I feel like in this situation, it was kind of strange to me how people just weren't moving on from it. And the fact that she lost $1 million, like that was really shocking to me because like I said, there has been multiple other people on YouTube and on the internet and celebrities and things like that who have done worse things, said worse things, and they're not canceled. So it was like, I kind of felt bad for her at first, but then when I realized she wasn't being genuine about it, I was like, fuck it, whatever, don't care. So now Laura has decided to come back to YouTube and post videos like normal, and she doesn't get the same amount of support that she did before, like not the same amount of people watch her videos and stuff like that. Like before, her videos used to average like 1 to 3 million per video, I'd say. Now I feel like her videos get like 300 to 700,000, I'd say, is the general, you know, like on a first basis. I mean, they might build up over time, but on a first basis, I feel like that's how many people genuinely watch them. Like before, like her videos would literally hit 1 million in a day. Okay, so then the other issue that I have with the whole situation is that she all of a sudden now, after she conveniently comes back at a convenient time, she wants to release her holiday collection for her brand now. Her makeup brand as a whole has been very controversial and has been very caused a lot of ruckus in the world. Okay, so moving on from that, so all of a sudden, as soon as she's back, and it's funny because whenever she came back, people like joked around. They were like, oh, she's probably back because she's releasing like a collection or like releasing new merch or something. And now all of a sudden she's back and she's like releasing a holiday collection, and it kind of makes us feel like you just came back to promote your stuff. Like, I don't think it was, and I understand that she probably went into production for this collection before the scandal happened, but I think that she should have, if she really needed to put this holiday collection on sale, then she should have fixed the situation properly. I feel like Laura just thinks that people have moved on from it and that people just forgot about it, and they're just gonna go back to things like they were normal because that's what happens in the world. People get mad over things, they freak out, and then they move on from it. But I feel like in this situation, I don't think that people should necessarily hold on to the fact forever that Laura Lee is a racist and like whatever. I don't think that that is what they should necessarily hold on to. But I do think that people should, I'm like digging in my drawer. I do think that people should not forget what happened because of the fact that if something happened like this, I just feel like she almost can't be trusted now, which sucks because I did enjoy her videos for a time, but now I just feel like her videos are not for me, and I feel like I see through the act. Like, I feel like this whole experience was kind of like an eye-opener for me, and I feel like I see through the BS that is Laura and everything that she's about. I don't see anything genuine anymore. I feel like my eyes have been tainted forever. I know that sounds really dramatic and stupid, but that's just how I feel, and it sucks for me to say these things, and it's hard for me to say these things because I really was a Laura Lee fan, and that's kind of the reason why I wanted to make this video and just kind of like spill my emotions and like spill my feelings. And like, this video has really no cohesion. I just kind of wanted to get a lot of things off my mind at one time, so I just kind of started rambling. I don't know if I left out information. I don't know if I did not say something or I'm like talking all over the place. I'm so sorry if I am or if I did that. This is not my intention. I'm just trying to collect my thoughts and give them to you guys in a decent manner. So I just finished my eye makeup and look at this. Look at that. Are you joking? I got mascara on it. Really? Really? In this? Really? At the end of the day, if you can take one thing away from this video, I think that it would be that I feel like Laura is not the worst person in the world by any means. I really, truly do not think that she is. I don't think that when she tweeted that back in the day that she had bad intentions, but I do think that the way that she handled the situation has unintentionally shown a side of her that I think a lot of her fans wish that they would not have gotten to know, because I think that from now on, for the rest of our lives, it's going to be hard for people to feel like her videos are genuine, because, and I'm saying this as a former supporter of Laura Lee, I literally used to watch her videos religiously, all that stuff. I feel like the reason that people are acting this way is because we feel like we can't trust her anymore. Like, she just, I don't know, I think she did it to herself. This literally, I think this whole scandal thing could have been avoided. I think all of it could have been avoided if she would have just handled it like an adult and moved on from the situation. But now everything that she makes on her channel feels not genuine. I have watched some of her recent videos, and then she made that random video about her helping homeless people. Like okay, like, it's good that you help some homeless people, but like, what? That's not gonna make us think that you're not a bad person. Like, just because you help some homeless people, that doesn't mean anything. I live in New Orleans where there's homeless people on the street. Every single day I drive outside and I give them money. You don't see me going around bragging about it on the internet. Like, that doesn't make you a good person. Like, I could still donate to homeless people and go kill someone. Like, that, I don't know. I just thought that was so stupid. Like, I mean, I think it's good that she was doing that, but I think that the whole, like, her trying to do that to, I guess, make people respect her, or like make people be like, oh, she's working with homeless people, so she's changed. Like, I think that was a cop-out, and I think that was a pussy move, and I didn't appreciate it, to be honest. And again, I think it's Laura's life. She could do whatever she wants, but these are just my opinions and my thoughts from a former fan who genuinely loved and supported her and would have supported her in any way. I think she lost me, and she lost a million other people. I feel like I just need to accept the fact that my lips are so uneven and my lipstick will never be even. Like, it won't ever happen. It just won't happen. With all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. That was pretty much, I think, all of my thoughts on the situation. I could have more. If I have any more, I'll definitely leave them in the comments below. But thank you guys so much for watching this. If you like videos like this, let me know if you have any other people that you'd like me to talk about. I'm pretty up to date on everyone in like the YouTube community world. Like, I know it's weird, but pretty up to date on everyone. So if you have any topics or like any things in the world that you'd like me to talk about, let me know and I'll do my makeup while I do them. Or if you don't like how my makeup looks, I don't have to do my makeup. That's fine too. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. And one more thing I just want to say real quick. So sorry, I'm trying to end this video so badly. I just want to say, I don't mean any disrespect to Laura Lee in this video. Like I said, I was a really big fan of hers, and by no means do I wish any harm on her, and I hope that she continues to have a successful career, but I will continue to watch from afar. I no longer want to be a part of her family because I just feel like everything is not genuine anymore, and her content, I can't relate with it anymore because I feel like I see through her act, and it sucks, but it's just how I feel. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and if you disagree with me, I'm sorry, but I'll see y'all next time. So bye. I actually already have my foundation.